Say, Freddie, congratulations.
Thank you.
When Max Fried came out, we saw on camera, it showed you give him a big bear hug.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what you told him and what that was like?
I just told him that he left it all out there on the mound. That was Max Fried. He had a little chip on his shoulder, I think, after the last couple starts. But what you guys saw tonight was what we saw for months during the season. So an incredible performance when we needed it most.
I'll go Tyler in the third row on your left.
Congratulations. Thank you. You believed in this team when they weren't that great. You went through some tough years, and as far as I know, never asked out, always wanted to do it in Atlanta.
Never.
Why did you believe in the plan, and why was it so important to you to do this here?
Well, you could tell that when I got brought in 2000 after the 14 season, when we were going into 15, the former GM showed me what their thought process and all that stuff was going on, and it made a lot of sense, And I've said it many times that this organization drafted me when I was 17, and then they gave me the opportunity to be in the big leagues at 20 years old, and then gave me the starting job the next year. So they didn't really owe me anything. I owed everything to them because they gave me the opportunity to live out a childhood dream. So in my mind, I wanted to do everything I possibly could to help get this team back to winning because I came up when we were winning. So what this organization has accomplished in 6 years, we lost 97 games in 2015, and 6 years later, we're world champions. That's extremely hard to do, and what this organization and the front office did to do that, and it's special. It's a special group that what we were able to accomplish in such a short time.
We'll go to Mark in the third row, and then Jeff.
Freddie waited forever for this. Did it feel every bit as good or maybe even better?
Yeah, I'm still numb, so I really don't have emotions. I'm just kind of trying to tell you guys things of how I feel because I don't really feel anything yet. So it's going to hit hard soon, and I don't know when. Maybe it's when we get to see everybody in Atlanta, but this is, I mean, you guys all come down in spring training in February, so hopeful every single year, and then year after year it never happened. And I mean, this year it was improbable. I mean, in my opinion, we lost the best player in the National League in July. The next day, Ian's going for an MRI during the All-Star break, and we hit every pothole, every bump you could possibly hit this year, and somehow the car still made it onto the other side. So it's just an incredible group. What Alex did during the trade deadline, I mean, we've been the best team since the trade deadline. So, and we played like it all the way into the postseason. So we just got hot and we just carried it over.
Go to Tyler in the third row, and then Mark.
Freddie, a couple questions, a couple more. What are you going to do with that baseball? You tucked it in your pocket, right?
Yeah, it's hidden somewhere. I think I'm going to give it to Brian. He means so much to this organization. He's put on every hat there is in this organization. And he was given the job in 2016, and we've delivered 4 division titles, a world championship, and now he has a manager of the year too. So it's a pretty good stint so far as Atlanta Braves manager for him.
And you personally, obviously going all the way back to childhood, you've been through a lot in your life and lost some important people. Do you think about your mom, your grandma at a time like this?
Yeah, my wife actually texted me before the game telling me that my mom would be so proud and that she's so proud and I love you, and that was at like 5 o'clock. So I didn't really want to think about that at that time because I got a little emotional when I received that text, but it seems like my wife is always right to send text messages and calls and let me know encouragement at the right time because it seems to work every time. So believe me, I wish I was able to hug my mom on that field today, but I know she's up with my grandma right now jumping up and down.
Jeff on your right, guys, third row.
Freddie, I know you said you're still numb, but I'm just wondering, you got a chance to squeeze the last out and just what that felt like at that moment.
It felt real good because when the ball is hit, it's going to shortstop with a trajectory and all that stuff, but I didn't know if Dansby was going to throw it a second or not, but when I got to first and turned and he started throwing it to me, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to catch the last out of the World Series. So pretty special. And you guys probably seen the video. I put it immediately into my back pocket because when we won the NLCS, I just jumped up and just let the ball fly out. So I wasn't going to do it this time. So pretty cool to catch the last out.
Mark on your left.
Freddie, how good does it feel to know that we'll never be able to ask you about the Atlanta sports narrative?
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, understandable of why we get those questions, but we kill the narrative in the NLCS, and we get to kill it for a long time. So this city's been hungry for a championship for so long, and I cannot wait to see the crowds here in the next couple of days when we get back home. So I'm just so thankful that we were able to bring them home a championship.
Other questions? With Claudia up front, we'll get you the microphone.
Freddie, congratulations. So many of the players from the 1995 World Series team have been watching, plus Hank Aaron's family. How much do you appreciate the Braves' legacy after this win?
Yeah, everyone that knows me knows how thrilled I am to put on a Braves uniform every single day since I've been 17 years old. I got to put on the Gulf Coast League, and it was Braves. So I've been putting on the Braves uniform for a long time, and this organization means so much to me. And losing Hank this past offseason, and then us playing the Brewers in the first round, it kind of was just kind of setting up for one of those special years. So being able to catch Hank's son's first pitch and all that in the World Series, it's just been a special run that we wish Hank and Phil were all here to see this, but I know they're up there watching and so thrilled for us. But this organization's been hungry for a championship for a long time, so I'm glad we got it to them.
We'll do one or two last ones for Freddie. Ron?
Freddie, as someone, you had all these people who come in that you didn't know personally 3 months ago. What have you learned about Jorge in the 3 months he's been there that you didn't know?
That's the most amazing thing is what the front office does for us. It's not, you can go and get players and you can just throw them in a clubhouse, and sometimes that piece just won't fit into that puzzle. But Alex did background, and he does his homework on certain players and the people they are, and they came into our clubhouse and they fit perfectly. I mean, wait till you see that smile. It's a beautiful smile. We've known what he can do for so long. I mean, 2 years ago he's hitting 50 homers. So it's actually pretty incredible what he did in the World Series, getting COVID in the NLCS and missing 10 days and then coming back and not missing a beat. That's hard to do in this game. So we had so many new faces that just fit perfectly, and that's just a testament to Alex and the group in the front office that they did a wonderful job.
All right, Freddie, we're going to let you go back to
appreciate it.
celebration.
Yes.
We're going to